what you need to know if you want to rent an apartment here long term. Stick around. Hi everybody, welcome to So You Want to Live in Bahia. My name is Kitty and I'm a gringa living here in Salvador, Bahia, Brazil for 11 years, and I am a licensed real estate agent. Which brings us to today's video, long-term rentals. Maybe some of you have already been here on a short-term vacation rental. Long-term rentals are different, so let's go over that. First of all, if you want to live here long-term, I think the easiest option is to rent a furnished apartment. It's going to be a little bit more money, but it's going to be easier to be approved for that. It's just less stuff you need to buy. And if that's something you're interested in, please contact me, because that's part of what I do here. Another thing that's important to know is if you are going to do a long-term rental, it's best to do this after Carnival, because a lot of people want to keep their apartments available so they can rent for a lot of money during Carnival. And then afterwards, it's easy peasy, breezy, sleazy. So say that you have decided that you would like to rent an unfurnished apartment. I'm going to show you right here an anuncio, a listing, to help you understand how to read them. So this one here, going to Mobile Webby, we want to go to Alugar. And then putting in the neighborhood Bahia. We'll do the first one here. Now see how it's 23% below market value. I don't know how they determine that. And the rent is 2,270 reais. But see, look below. 907 condominium fee. That's, you need to pay that. That's why they're mentioning it. So we'll look right here, and you see at the bottom here, IPTU 22. So the grand total for this apartment would be 3,199 reais a month, more or less. You can see it's 51 meters squared, not totally big. And here's some photos. It's a newer apartment. And then in addition to paying these fees, you would also end up paying for electricity. And inside of the condo fee is most likely your water usage as well. Now there's some important things you need to know about contracts. Now it's going to be a little bit difficult if you don't speak Portuguese. Now if you decide on an unfurnished apartment, you're going to be, and even a furnished apartment, you're going to be doing a contract with the proprietario, the owner. And they're going to want to see comprovante da renda, which is your proof of how much money you're making. It's super important that you understand how to speak Portuguese to understand this process, because I think that if you don't, it's not going to instill a lot of confidence in them renting to you. So you need to show proof of income. Now, if your income is insanely high, then that might be enough for you to get the apartment. Otherwise, they want to have the apartment, they want to make sure you're paying the rent. So there's a different ways that you can do that. One is seguro finança, where you're paying a company monthly as sort of insurance that you're not going to skip out on rent. And some of the bigger agencies offer this service. Another one is a fiador or fiadora, and that is someone here who owns property, who has a lot of money, and they co-sign basically on your contract. And that's going to be pretty hard for you to find, so that's not an option most likely for you. And then the third option is a calção, and that's a deposit that is up to 3 months of rent. And they keep this deposit and they put it in, they should be putting it into a savings account. So at the end of your 3, or however long you're there, for the end of your stay, you get this money back with juros, with more money, with interest. So that might be the most interesting thing. And then also you have to make sure that whoever's renting accepts these options for segurança, security option. As far as the contract goes, contracts here should be 30 months long, and there's a lot of confusion around this. If you only want to stay here a year, someone might write a year-long contract for you, but that's technically not a legal contract. They need to offer a 30-month contract. That's the law. So in that contract of 30 months, if there's not a clause for leaving after 12 months, there should be a clause for leaving after 12 months. okay? So ask for them to put that clause in there. You can leave after 12 months in a long-term contract. Now the flip side is the owners can't take it back after 12 months unless they are planning to live in the apartment. These are important things for you to know in case some shady stuff happens and they try to kick you out. After 12 months, they need to show proof that they are the ones moving in, that they need the apartment for themselves, and they're not just trying to kick you out to rent to somebody else. With a long-term rental, you are paying, as I showed you before, there's three things. You're going to pay IPTU, which is property taxes, you're going to pay the condo fees, and then you're going to pay a rent to the owner. And so you would show them every month proof that you paid IPTU and condo fees. Now, if the condominium has a taxa extra, you're not responsible for that. That is the owner's responsibility, so don't pay it. And that is usually something that happens when buildings are trying to do a remodel. They'll charge an extra amount every month to cover the cost of the remodel. Not your responsibility. If the condo fees go up, just go up on its own, that's your responsibility. And every year IPTU will go up. If you pay the IPTU in February before the due date, you get a 7% discount. So if you know you're going to stay there a long time, I think it's worthwhile to do that. So anyhow, I hope that was a little bit helpful for you. Good luck, and if you have any other ideas for videos, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Beijos!